Hi, and welcome to this video for Asian Heritage Month. My name is Tiana, I'm the Vice President Communities.
And I'm Shamima Akter, I'm your Students' Union President.
Cool. So today we're going to be doing something that we haven't really done before. We're going to be testing out a variety of different Asian snacks, sweet and savoury, and then talking a bit about Asian Heritage Month and why it's important.
Just a little disclaimer, the only Asian snacks we kind of managed to get are from East Asia. We couldn't really find that many Asian snacks on Amazon, so...
Yeah, the pandemic has kind of, limited our snacks. So should you start by trying one? I don't know what to start with.
I low-key want to start with the mochi.
Okay.
Let's start with that.
So the first one is, I feel like a YouTuber, like the sun is, it's mochi.
It's strawberry.
Yeah. And it says it's Taiwanese.
So weird.
This is so fun.
We could have had the Little Moons one, but it's sold out everywhere. Literally sold out everywhere. You guys have all been selling it out like crazy.
It's because it's so popular on TikTok. Okay, so this is like, I can't. You still not opened it.
Bear with me. This is what happens when you have a clumsy ass president.
It's fine. It's smaller than I thought it would be. It's so cute. Okay.
I really hope they're not bitter.
Huh?
I really hope they're not bitter. I don't like bitter stuff.
Yeah. I just assumed it would be sweet, but actually it's just really hard to open.
I thought I was the only one struggling.
I'm trying to...
Scissors.
I need to go get... Oh, there's some scissors over here. Okay. Oh, it comes with a little... I don't know what this is. Oxygen absorber. I don't know what that means. Oh, don't eat. Okay. I was really going to eat that.
There's a lot of ingredients here that I don't recognise.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's suitable for vegetarians, so I should be good. If it's not, well. Ready? You ready to try?
Oh, I'm so excited. It's so soft. Oh, this is not what I was expecting. Okay.
Okay, ready? I'm already scared.
Me too. Okay, let's.
I don't like it.
It's fine. At least you tried. Okay. Are you going to put it all in or are you going to bite it?
I'm biting it. I'm not doing it.
Okay. Let's go. Ooh.
We look like one of those food critics. Like, oh, these aren't bad.
It's not what I expected at all. I thought it would be more solid, but it's more like jelly.
It's a jelly. It's literally a jelly.
Yeah. It's nice.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be playing with food. I'll finish it. I can eat it. I thought I wouldn't be able to eat it. I can eat it.
Delicious. Thanks.
What are we rating it?
Oh, we're doing rating. Out of 10?
Out of 10.
I'd rate it pretty high, like 8.
I was gonna say 8. I can eat this. It's edible and it's sweet. You can actually taste the strawberry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And there's like 3 in
the it was gonna taste very like chemically.
I
feel like I'm not using the right words, but you know.
I know what you mean.
I'm getting to try it, so.
Yeah. Delicious. I'm gonna eat another one. Actually, maybe you know, like in wine tasting, how you're not supposed to
like cleanse your palate.
Yeah, okay. Before we try the next one, we talk a bit about Asian Heritage Month. So
the reason why we're doing this.
Yeah. So where should we start? Should we start at the beginning?
Right at the beginning. 3 years ago.
Take it away.
So Asian Heritage Month started 3 years ago when Ahmed Mahbub, who was an ex-president, but he was also VP welfare. I think he was back in 2016, 2017 or 2017, 2018. Those 2 academic years. So he, as part of his VP welfare term, he started Asian Heritage Month. And it was from the fact that there was a lack of representation for Asians, especially in the likes of Queen Mary, where we have such a huge proportion of our students from the Asian diaspora. It was a shame that we didn't have much going on for those students to engage with. So I think his aims at that time was to, create a bit of legacy, to make sure we are celebrated, acknowledged, and appreciated by the student union. It's something Asian students can get involved with. I remember the first year it happened, we had a lot of conversations around looking at destigmatizing mental health within the Asian communities, looking at things to celebrate. It was in February back then, so we had Chinese New Year being celebrated. We had International Mother Tongue Language Day celebrated, which is quite close to my heart as well because I am Bangladeshi as well. So we had a lot of celebrations happening, and it was a pretty good start for a new Liberation Month. It was a pretty good start. Yeah.
I think it fits well, like with all the months that we have. It just makes sense if we've got Black History Month that we have Asian Heritage Month as well. So yeah.
So okay, I kind of messed it up a little bit. He's got the funding for our Liberation Month. He got the funding during his term as VP Welfare, but it was his term as president when he first was able to do Asian Heritage Month, because I remember being welfare rep at that time. Yeah, so that's when it started. So it was 3 years ago.
Cool. I feel like now we can segue on to another snack.
And I can tell you a bit more about the rest. What do you want to try next?
I don't know.
Should we try savoury?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
2 savoury ones. Which one do you want to go for?
Can we end on a sweet one? That's my only request.
Yeah, okay, let's leave the Poke Sticks. This is like literally part of this job.
This is a Thai jasmine rice snack. So it's called nori seaweed wasabi. I feel like I'm just spouting words and I don't actually know.
Yeah. The fact that it's wasabi, I'm a bit scared because I'm like, this is going to be spicy. I do like spicy food, but wasabi is...
I like spicy. I'm not a huge fan of wasabi. That just might be me though. I feel like it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. It opens like a can.
It doesn't open.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, okay. This is what it looks like inside.
Can you smell it?
Yeah. Crap.
Is it a strong smell?
Kind of. It wasn't at first, and then I put my nose in a bit too far.
It's strong. It is a very strong smell.
It smells very flavoursome. Okay.
I thought it was gonna look like Pringles.
Me too. I mean, now that I see the it does have a picture on the front, because the can, I also
I thought it was just the angle the picture was taken from.
Yeah.
It does look flat. Anyways, this is not flat. This is more like
What's it?
It's like What's It's, just curved.
Yeah.
I just hope it's as good as What's It's. I'm really scared.
It's gonna be fine. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. I like it.
I like it too. This is addictive.
Yeah. I can see myself eating all of it. It tastes like...
The texture is definitely What's It's kind of texture. But the wasabi taste isn't that strong.
Yeah.
At all.
The spice is just like in the back. Oh, okay. It just got in my throat. Despite my cough, the spice is just like a little...
It's just there in the background, like, hi.
I like this.
Carrying on with my story. Wait, did I tell you a story? It wasn't much of a story, was it? So after that year, we decided, because we had the introduction of LGBT plus History Month, which was in February nationally, and Asian Heritage Month was a, new creation that Ahmed created. It was decided in my year as VP Welfare that we will move Asian Heritage Month to March. Now, there's still a lot going on in March. It's just a shame we don't really get to incorporate Chinese New Year within Asian Heritage Month, and that's something that would have been nice. However, you being VP Communities right now and having done all those Liberation Months, and me having done the VP Welfare year last year, we know very well you cannot have and you cannot plan for 2 Liberation Months at the same time. And it's one of those things. It's like both of those Liberation Month deserve its own month rather than having something side by side. So the decision was made. So now, from now on, it's always in March, which we still have quite a lot going on in March.
Yeah, I mean, the whole year is like stacked back to back with liberation campaigns. Like, it's been fun as VP Communities this year, like doing it all, but it is quite intense where like almost every month for the first half of the year there's something else. But it's I feel like Asian Heritage Month is a nice month to kind of end on, and especially that it's not like, because it's not a national campaign, I think it's really good that we do it here. Like you said, with like our student body is like, it just makes sense.
I mean, last year I did attempt to like, I'm a very, I'm a very ambitious person, and whatever I do, I tend to be like, I want to be the first to do things. So last year I wanted to be the first VP Welfare to, incorporate other SUs and make them all celebrate Asian Heritage Month on the same month and make it a national thing. But unfortunately, most of them celebrated it in February, so it was really, really difficult to get them all on board. But I hope going forward it is something that gets, a bit more widespread amongst the students. Because it's a month that isn't just about celebrating our heritage, trying to connect with our roots, but it's also a month where we get to talk about things we don't usually get to talk about, be in the spotlight. We're not usually in the spotlight. So it's nice to have that spotlight and talk about things that are important to us, being able to challenge our culture, but also challenge the problematic stuff in our culture, and talk about things like mental health and our identity being British and Asian, but also being able to celebrate all of that. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Shall we rate these? I really like it. I think I would give it a 9. I think it would be higher than the mochi because
it's very close to a 10 right now for me. I'm actually.
It's just so Moorish. Yeah, so would recommend if you want to try some Thai jasmine rice snacks.
These are so good. Like, very addictive. I can't stop, and I don't want.
So good, yeah.
And I don't want to.
Don't really want to eat anything else.
You know what? Whilst we talk, can we stay on this for a while?
I don't mind to.
I don't mind. I just want to eat a few more of these before we cleanse our palates.
I'm just thinking, yes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit worried about the corn one because I don't love corn.
Neither. And I wasn't sure why you picked it.
Well, just because I wanted variety, different countries.
You know what? It's a trial and error. Worst comes to worst, someone else can eat it.
Yeah, I'll give it to my brother or something.
You would.
I think one thing that what you were saying just reminded me of was like looking at the intersections of Asian identity. So like you mentioned like looking at mental health. I know we've had a couple of student articles that people can go read on the website. And one of them is talking about like being LGBT and being Asian and the kind of, maybe the stigma around that, the kind of cultural side of it. That obviously we did talk a bit about intersectionality in LGBT History Month, but I think this is just, again, like just another space where you can have those conversations or kind of explore that side of things as well. It's just, really important to remember and to consider.
And I feel like, and I feel like these conversations are like one of those things we all know, those who are living and experiencing the stuff we experience, we know it's everyday life to us. But for it to be in the spotlight, for it to be spoken about more widely in an institution that's supposed to represent everyone, it's a good step towards inclusivity and diversity, all of those tick box words that we love spouting. So yeah, it's good to have wider conversations around it to raise more awareness, but at the same time not forgetting that this month is a moment for us to actually celebrate the achievements of British Asians, students, and that too from a wide ranging countries within the continent. It's a huge continent.
That is definitely one of the challenges, I think, because like with like LGBT History Month is quite specific. Even Black History Month, there's a lot of different countries and cultures. It's again kind of more joined, whereas Asia is huge. Kind of making sure that you represent every country is so difficult, and like there's so many different cultures within Asia that it's even hard to have an Asian Heritage Month.
Like you go from one side of the continent to the other, and you would have lived through like 50 different cultures.
Yeah.
One country has ridiculous amounts of different cultures and cultural nuances of different practices, different religions, and the intersectionality between religion and culture is massive as well. So like there's just a lot that goes on in this continent, and to cover all of that in the space of a month, and that too during a pandemic, I rate you. I think you've done a great job, and thank you, organizing team.
Yeah, I think, shout out to the organising committee who volunteered to be involved in organising the month. I think we should try another snack. If you want to end on a sweet one, then we should probably do the cool one.
Let me cleanse my palate. I low-key love that word.
What word?
Palate. Let me cleanse.
I'm trying to remember where this is from. What country is this? Malaysia. Is it Malaysia? It doesn't say.
Philippines.
Philippines, okay.
Product of the Philippines. I love Filipino culture.
Oh, it does say Philippines right there. Okay, so this is Boy Bawang Cornic. Looks like this. It's convinced me randomly of like this stuff that they have in Argentina, like opposite sides of the world. But It is.
Have you ever watched anything Filipino? I used to have an obsession with Filipino movies at one point.
I haven't. Should I? Do you have any recommendations?
They're really cute. Like if you really like those. Ooh.
Oh no. I've dropped so many.
Yeah, they're really cute. Like they're very like typical romance kind of thing. Like I'm sure there's genres, but the genres I've come across are the romance ones. But then I kind of like that genre, so I'll take it.
How is it?
I was expecting it to be harder to bite into, so I took a hard bite. But it's really fluffy and crispy, and I quite like it.
It's hard to tell because it's so small. You know what? It's not bad at all.
It's a noisy snack, though.
It is noisy.
It's a noisy snack.
During a lecture. You know what?
A different flavour would be banging.
Yeah, barbecue.
Or maybe the Bengali in me just wants a bit more chili.
I think it's not. It reminds me of most barbecue flavored snacks. Like, I would give this 7 out of 10. What would you give it?
I was gonna say a 7.5. because I actually quite like it, and I'll probably carry on eating it. However, I just want a bit more chili.
I get that. It's very easy to eat. Like, it's just, same with the other one. You could just keep eating it forever.
I was gonna say you can eat it whilst watching a movie, but it's too noisy to be eaten whilst watching a movie.
So is popcorn, but it's noisier than popcorn.
No, this one's definitely a lot noisier than popcorn. But I wonder how they made it though.
I have no idea.
Because when you cook
popcorn.
Yeah, like when you do anything to corn, doesn't it pop anyway?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's quite nice. It's like a little. Quite nice.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have ordered more snacks.
Me too.
Should we do a part 2?
Yeah. I mean, in our defense, we were going to get more, but Amazon, they were out of stock, so. Yeah. So I think one thing to maybe move on to the part of conversations to move on to is looking at this year. So we've done a few different things for the campaign this year. I think my favorite thing was the event that we did with Asian women in leadership.
Loved that event.
That went really well. I was really happy with how that went, and like the speakers that we had, they all had such great insight. And like, as a theme itself, I think that's something that's really important to like be discussed on a panel in that kind of event. And again, it like back to intersectionality, kind of looking at Asian women and their experiences. It's just great, super important. Yeah, and it fed in with, so the way that we planned this month with the organising committee, we kind of thought of different aims that we wanted the month to cover. So part of that was kind of celebrating the diversity of the Asian diaspora, and like we just mentioned, like Asia's freaking huge. So like making sure that the different things we do would capture like the different, not every country because there's so many, but you know, a variety of the different countries that are in Asia. And another one that we wanted to do was looking at British Asian identity. And kind of, I like how you've gone back to the wasabi ones. Yeah, because obviously, like globally, Asia is there and it's massive, but then there's kind of nuances where it's in the UK. Obviously, I'm not Asian, if you can tell. But maybe this would, sorry, I didn't get your mouth full, but maybe this would be a good time for you to maybe talk a bit about your experiences, like moving here, growing up in the UK as an Asian person. I mean, that's such a broad topic. So briefly.
Most people don't know, but I wasn't actually born here or raised here. I was I was born and raised in Bangladesh. That was such a white way of saying Bangladesh. Sorry. Yeah, I was born and raised there. I was born in Dhaka, so most of like the Bengalis that you see in London tend to be from Sylhet. There's this whole like Sylhet versus Dhaka kind of situation going on a lot of the times. Every time you mention to people you're Bengali, they'll always ask you like, oh, are you Sylheti or are you from Dhaka? So I'm from Dhaka. I was born and raised there. And we immigrated here when I was, how old was I? 7, 8? I don't know, 2004.
I don't know why you're asking me. I don't, yeah.
We both know my maths is weak, so I have no clue how old I was. But 7, 8. And I did not know a single word of English. So yeah, it was very difficult for me to like to fit in, to figure out what was going on, because as a child it was such a massive change, bearing in mind that whilst I was in Bangladesh, like I didn't even know there was a world outside of my town. let alone a whole country where all the buildings. This was my first comment when I first landed into this country. First of all, I was surprised that it was sunny because I was expecting it to rain. It was in September and the weather was pretty good. So I was so shocked that it was sunny because everyone told me it would rain here. Or rain. So I was expecting rain and grey weather, but it was really sunny. And then the second thing, it was my first thing I said to my dad was, why do all the houses look the same? Because all the houses have like triangle roofs and like they're all almost all of them are the same color. And I was just like, but how do you know what house you live in? Um, so yeah, that was my first like observation of the country. I was just very confused. It was like a massive culture shock. And then I didn't actually go to school for a year because we were moving around so much. So I didn't really get to interact much beyond my family. And then when I did go into school, I absolutely loved my primary school by the end of it. But at the beginning, Lord help me, I was like an isolated alien. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know how to make friends. I had no clue what they were saying. They could be saying the worst things about me, and I had no clue. But you know when you can feel someone being mean to you? I felt that. So I used to hide. I had this tree in our field, so I used to hide behind that tree all the time for like the first couple of months because I felt so out of place. And then I had a teacher who I owe the world to. I absolutely remember everything she said to me. Her name was Miss Ahmed. There's a lot of Ahmeds in my life. Her name was Miss Ahmed, and she really like took me in and like just helped me. Like before, damn, I can't speak now. Before school, she'd help me with my writing. And during lunchtime, she'd help me with my speaking and reading. And then after school, she'd help me again with my writing. She got me from, in the space of a year, she got me from not being able to be graded all the way to pass. Because all I needed was that little knowledge of English and for someone to like walk with me and like help me. I'm so grateful to her. I don't think without her I would be able to have this conversation right now.
Aww.
But yeah, it was a very difficult time trying to adjust, trying to fit in because it's a different world.
Yeah. That it was just like scary moving to a whole new country, a whole new
I
culture.
didn't want to. I remember hugging my mum, just crying whilst we were on our way to the airport because I just didn't want to. But I also knew I didn't really have much of a say. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think at the beginning as well, it was really difficult for me to like, at the beginning parts of my years, so up until the teenage years, it was difficult for me to identify as British either. So it was one of those things. By the time I was a teenager, because I've lived in London for so long, I lost a lot of my roots. But at the same time, I don't I fully live here. So it was like that space between this identity and that identity and not being either. And it was just a very confusing time as a teenager, which I think a lot of British Asians go through, regardless of whether they've immigrated here or they're second generation or third generation immigrants. There is always that little struggle between our roots and our reality.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people like say can relate to that. But you're still going back.
It's really good.
Well, these are really good.
It's really good. I might give them a 10. Correct.
Nice. We've got 1.5 snacks left. I say half because one of them's not halal, so you can't have it.
Sadly.
Which one do you want to end on, the one you can't do, or end together?
End together. So I'm carry on with my one. You open the one you've ordered.
Okay. So this is this. These are
name.
sorry.
Cutest name.
White Rabbit Creamy Candy. And these are from China. So They come in, and yeah, unfortunately they're not halal because they've got gelatin, beef gelatin in them. So they're also not vegetarian. They're so cute though. Look, they're just like this little.
Really cute.
Are
they like, what consistency is that?
Oh, it's harder than I thought it would be. Wait, I can't tell if this is okay. It looks like I don't really know how to like. It's just.
It looks like a candy.
Yeah.
Like a homemade candy.
Okay, I don't really know. I'm just gonna eat it. Oh, it's hard. Oh, it's actually really hard. Am I supposed to...
Don't break your teeth. We don't have...
Yeah. Hold on.
I was going to say caramel kind of hard, but like toffee.
Yeah, kind of.
But harder.
Okay, what does it taste like? I don't know what it tastes like. It tastes like... It's very chewy. So yeah, kind of like toffee. I mean, it's kind of a milk sweet. It doesn't taste like milk, but it tastes like milk sweets. That's the least descriptive. Have you had those Polish? I mean, Poland's obviously not an Asia. Those Polish cow sweets reminds me a bit of them.
Polish cow sweets.
As in, they've got cows on the packaging because they've got milk. They're not actually.
Aren't they chocolate? The Milka chocolate?
No, not those. They're different. They're kind of like. They're not fudge. Anyway, that's a whole separate thing.
I don't like fudge. I'm gonna get hate, but I don't like fudge. I like chocolate fudge cake, but don't like the texture of fudge.
No, I love fudge. Okay, the flavor is good, but they're just really chewy.
What is the flavor?
It just tastes like sugar. Like it's just sweet. But not like, yeah, milky sweet is such a vague thing. I don't know. Like if ice cream was hard and chewy.
Like vanilla.
Yeah.
So frozen, wait, no. Ice cream.
Not frozen, but like chewy.
I was about to say frozen vanilla ice cream.
No.
Ice cream frozen. That's where I'm coming from.
I don't know. It does have vanilla in it, actually, it says. So, yeah. I think I would give it a 7 as well, because the flavor is good. It's just...
I was expecting you to score it lower. You weren't the most enthusiastic about it.
Actually, wait, what have I given so far? Oh, no, I gave the corn a 7. So, yeah, maybe a 6.
Are you sure it's not a 5?
The flavor's good. I just can't chew it. If it was softer, then it would be a more enjoyable process of eating it.
I don't know why I'm on its case. It's just because I can't have it.
Because it's called creamy candy, I was expecting it to be like creamier in texture. But you really have to put the work in to eat it.
That's a jaw exercise.
Yeah. It's got... Okay. Well, yeah, I'll give it a 6. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else we wanted to talk about. I don't know. We're all good here.
Our real personalities are going to show from this episode.
I know.
Hey
guys.
We're too chaotic.
Yeah.
We're too chaotic. We're just dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
And that will get edited out.
Yeah. Unless it doesn't. Okay, yeah, what were we going to talk about? What are the other aims of Asian Heritage? Do you have hopes for Asian Heritage Month in the future?
I do. I feel like it was close to my heart, not just because I was Asian, but also because working with Ahmed in the first one was also very important to me, and I really wanted to like make sure his efforts of trying to acknowledge the Asian students was, carried on, which is why I was very adamant on doing something last year. And then we had such amazing stuff planned, and then Corona hit. And we had to literally, the month didn't take place. So I'm really hopefully, that going forward, whoever the next VP communities continue to be, that this becomes a standard practice, mainly because it should be a standard practice, especially given our demographic. If we don't celebrate the Asian students, who's going to celebrate them?
Yeah, I'm looking forward as well as like, because obviously last year it got like destroyed by the pandemic, and this year, even though it's happening, like it's different, everything's been online. And so I think it'll be really great when hopefully next year it can take place on campus. I remember one of your ideas from last year was the one about like wearing traditional like Asian dress.
Really,
I think that would be so cool.
really wanted that to happen. I love wearing traditional clothes, like, and just seeing it happen. Like I've done it where I've come into university just wearing traditional clothes for bands because, and what? So I just wanted a day where people felt comfortable to come in, not just dress up for Eid or dress up for a new year or dress up, for a specific reason. It's a day for no reason, just to embrace your culture with chest, like it would have been very nice to see, I just feel like it would have created such a good atmosphere on campus on both Whitechapel and Myland. And if we could go into Charterhouse Square, like I would have wanted it to be as widespread that all the QM students are doing it at the same time, openness is it would have been nice.
Yeah, I hope that gets to happen. I hope so. And like all the like I know in the past we've had like food stores come into campus, so like I can just imagine like I think we've done well, dare I say, this year with the online stuff, but it just doesn't compare to like all the other opportunities that you do get if you do it in person. So yeah,
there's a lot of engagement we missed out on. Like I know for a fact during this time a lot of the cultural societies will be doing their big flagship events. Like BSOC would be doing their massive Rupkota event that we started a couple of years ago. PAXOC would be doing their balls. Afghans would have had a flagship event. Like all of these societies would have had flagship events that could have all been incorporated as part of this and celebrated together and promoted together, and like it just would have been a very big thing. And potential excites me, like just thinking about that potential. It's a shame me and you haven't had the chance to see that potential, but I'm hoping for the future cohorts we get to see a massive celebration, not just a mediocre one and one we're just trying to survive on.
Yeah. Cool. I feel we're getting to the end. So shall we try the last one, which I know that you've been the most excited for?
Favorite one. This one, it's called Poke Sticks. So this is from Japan, but I believe, well, I know South Korea has very similar ones where they have pepper sticks. And me being a massive fan of South Korean culture, love anything to do with South Korea. You haven't tried this, have you?
No.
Unfortunately, this is not my first time having these because I am kind of obsessed. I did buy a whole box. Wait, let me show you.
It's hard to open again.
This entire box was filled. Like,
Oh my gosh.
it was filled. I didn't eat them all by myself. I gave one box to my sister.
Oh, they're skinny. They're skinnier than I thought they would be.
Have you had Mikado before?
I think so. Yeah, this is what it looks like.
Oh, it's in the cookies and cream flavour as well.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of the best ones.
Okay. It's delicious.
It's just cookies and cream, you know.
Mm.
It's like Hershey's on a stick.
Yeah. It even has like Oreos basically on the packet.
Oh yeah.
These are good. I could just eat.
Yeah, you can just carry on eating them and then realise you've eaten the whole packet.
Mm. I thought this would also be good at like, it reminds me of like breakfast for some reason.
The fact that it reminds you of breakfast when I'm the one that's had cake for breakfast.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Low-key, it was cake with Oreos in it, so.
Breakfast. I don't know. I can just imagine if I didn't have breakfast, like, you know, back in the days where you had to go to work, I'm just eating a bunch of these. Breakfast.
A packet of these for breakfast gonna fill you.
A whole packet, yeah.
It's a tiny packet.
There's a lot in here.
That's not enough. I finished that in like less than a minute.
Breakfast doesn't take that long to eat.
I mean, I don't usually have breakfast, so.
It's the most important meal of the day. Apparently, you should have it. Okay, what would you rate these?
A 10. And I'm not biased. It's a 10.
I would give it. I'm looking at everything now. For some reason, I'm just stingy. I don't want to give anything a 10. I might give it a 9.
Why are you being stingy with ratings?
Just because.
What will happen if you give it a 10?
Nothing, but I just feel like I want to be blown away. Like, it's really good, but am I blown away?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You are.
It
is good.
These are banging. These with ice cream.
Mm. Okay, that concept might have pushed it up to a 10. Because yeah, these are good.
Or like with chocolate sauce on top and like made a little sundae out of it.
I might do that.
You should. You have 2 more
in the freezer. I actually might. I'll send you a picture.
Do that. You know what? I really wish we got a hold of a Korean snack. That way I could have at least spoken about K-dramas.
You can still.
Guys, watch K-dramas. They're life-changing.
Life-changing. Wow.
They're not life-changing. But I have an obsession. Like, I love K-dramas so much. Like, I'm not a career boo or anything that fetishizes South Korean culture, but it's just they are good. They are good stories.
What's a good starter one if you've never watched one before?
I didn't know that was going to be a question.
Okay, but if I'm like, okay, I want to watch one, which one should I watch?
Well, there's like classics, but if I was to give a more palatable one that kind of brought the K-drama into like wider the trending scene, it would probably be Crash Landing on You. It's a good drama, like, very, very good drama. But also it made the entire K-drama scene a massive trend, if that makes sense. Like everyone and their mum are watching this, and I'm like, since when was people to watch K-dramas? I spent my entirety of teenage years hiding the fact that I like K-dramas and I like Korean culture and K-pop, and then
just wait there.
and then all of a sudden it's called like, what happened to all the bullying I went through?
Times change.
I mean, it's great that it's changed. It's just annoying.
I'll add that to my mental list. Speaking of lists, check out our culture list on the website.
Which I created, and it has a lot of K-dramas in it.
Yeah. So yeah, it has like TV shows, films, books. I think music artists. So
we have a lot of Pakistani dramas on there as well, and like Bollywood movies and book recommendations, Afghan short films. There's a lot on there. It could have been a much bigger culture list.
We just wanted to.
We had to stop ourselves.
Cool.
And with that, let's just go through the overall ratings first of all. This is a 10. This is a 10.
This was 9. Oh.
This is also a 10.
What was the other one? Emoji. Oh, these ones, I gave them a 7?
I gave them an 8, no? Unless I'm being nicer all of a sudden because I had cookies and cream stuff.
I don't remember.
Well, it's not a 10.
I feel like these ones grew on me as well, like, because the more you eat them.
These are alright too. Like, this was a good 7.
I think I would give these an 8. I mean, I ate them all, like in the 4. I already ate them all.
I had 3 more left.
No, I ate them all. You were talking, so I was like, oh, I'll just eat one. And then, the Chinese creamy candy, I think was a 6 I gave it.
I think.
Yeah, that's everything.
We did quite well.
I think we did.
We didn't hate anything.
No, yeah. This is a, PSA. Try new things. Embrace Asian culture this month. Not just this month, like always, but especially this month. And thanks for joining us in this video. Like, subscribe.
Comment below. You can follow us.
Yeah, actually, follow the social media.
Anything, you can follow us on social media.
Because that's also where you can like keep up to date on stuff that's happening, not just with this month, but all the stuff that we do. And hope you had a great Asian Heritage Month. And thanks for watching.
Don't roast us.
Yeah. Cool. Bye.
Bye.